Fantastic. There we are. Great. Welcome, everybody, to Flow Friday. And my name is Matt Kesby. I'll be your host, as always, for Flow Friday sessions. Today, we're going to move pretty fast. We've got 7 agents to build, and we have 7 steps in our workflow. Today's session is going to be on how to do 30 days of content with Raya. So let me just share my screen so we've got it. And I'll switch it over. Okay, it's not behaving. Yeah, there it is. Okay, 30 days of content, and we can do all of this within Raya. It's pretty exciting stuff. Sharing my screen now. Here we go. All right, so 30 days of content, and this is probably one of the challenges for most of us is like, how do we get out enough content frequently enough, especially when it comes to attracting our new customers. We need to build authority online. And I think just producing content takes a lot. And I know we've got a whole team behind us that helps make that happen. But for many, it needs to be a one-person job, at least to get the base set up. So we're going to cover that today. But first of all, new feature in Raya. It currently sits here where it says share, but we are going to move it down under this permissions and visibility. But this new share option, what it will allow you to do is share your agents to specific team members that are in your company. So if you've got certain scenarios where it's just for particular individuals, you want to share those agents instead of to the whole organization, that's there. So coming soon, as well as groups. So you might have like teams of people that you want to share with. That'll be coming soon as well. A reminder, Digital Transformation Week coming up. We're still doing the final planning of it. It'll be both live in person as well as online sessions as well. And when we get to that particular week, we won't have a Flow Friday. Flow Friday will be in that session, but just for those that are attending, and then we'll post it online later on. It will culminate with a big party for GoTeam and MultiPlai.tech on Saturday the 23rd, and that is always heaps of fun. Okay, today's session, 30 Days of Content, is inspired by Gary V's work, which most of us are likely to know Gary V. Pop a 1 in the chat if you know who Gary V is. Make sure I'm talking to the right audience. Gary V is very popular for his ability to be online. This guy has just taken it to the next level when it comes to building a presence online. He has, very famously, just has a film crew following him around all the time. All the meetings he has and interviews are all published online. But a little while ago, a number of years ago, actually, he presented this idea of taking a piece of pillar content and then chunking it down into smaller pieces that are reusable. And even that takes time to do. So today we're going to have a look at how we can use Raya to do solid portions of this and make it a lot faster and more streamlined. So in today's session, we'll be really understanding this concept that people buy from people they like and trust. And how do you build that trust in this world? Well, it's about creating authority online through the content that you produce. Creating content takes time. There's no doubt about that. But when you create a solid piece of content, like a PowerPoint presentation, in a video or a webinar, it's then taking that information and making it reusable. So we're going to look at how we repurpose this. So we're going to share in the chat today's worksheet. Please set up your workspace with Raya on one side and the worksheet on the other. And I'll just check our chat. Nice, we'll have shared the document with you by now. My chat is not appearing for some reason. There it is. There's the document. Yeah, thanks, Nice, you shared that one. So make sure you jump onto that. I can see many people are joining onto the worksheet. And so we're going to create these agents: LinkedIn article writer, LinkedIn carousel writer, and won't do the images, not yet. The tweet writer, Facebook post writer, a direct-to-camera Facebook Reels copywriter, a direct-to-camera Instagram Reels copywriter, and then an Excel data exporter. They're our agents that we'll build. And then our workflow will do the LinkedIn article. We'll ask Raya to build us 2 LinkedIn articles, 2 LinkedIn carousel writers. We won't be putting the image writer in today from DALL-E, but we can think, I'm going to give you that as an idea to add later on. And then your tweet writer, so to do 30 tweets. I'm not a big Twitter user yet, but oh my goodness, it's quite surprising how helpful Twitter is to then drive traffic in other areas. So I'm going to mention about a manual step to repurpose for Instagram later. Facebook post writer, the direct to camera, copywriter. Let's see if we can pop out 10 reels on that one. 10, I think 30 might be pushing a bit too far, but we can have a play around because we're flow engineers, so we tweak and adjust as we go. And then an Excel data exporter. I'm actually going to connect that to the tweet writer so we can get an Excel spreadsheet. Now, I haven't tested this fully. This morning, full disclosure, I think we have a little bit of an issue in maybe our RAG pipeline. So Regs is working on that in the background and checking that out. So we're going to go all the way through. All going well, that'll be resolved by the time we get to the flow. If not, you'll be all set up and then we'll send you a message as soon as that's been resolved. So let's jump into it. We're going to go and build these 7 agents. Now, our documentation's a little lighter today and we'll just follow along and keep it nice and simple. So let's head on over to our agents and select Build New Agent. And we'll select our first one, our LinkedIn article writer, and enter that into the agent name. You can then select a emoji from there. And a category of marketing. And let's use the goal statement. Now, here's something interesting. I created 7 agents in 7 minutes this morning. So that's how fast we can do this. And that's a good way to think of setting yourself a bit of a goal when you're doing the creation of your agents, is that these really are fast. It does take, only sort of 60 seconds, at least unless you're starting to add knowledge base articles and so forth. The other thing, of course, where you can invest more time is in the prompt engineering. So just follow me along, generate each step as you go. And for LinkedIn, I'm going to use LinkedIn article writer, not LinkedIn article. Oh, well done. My spelling mistake. Thank you very much, Ryan. LinkedIn. Got a spelling mistake. Let's fix that documentation. And then professional for LinkedIn. And I'm going to use influential in its tonality as well, in the personality profile. Then select create agent. And we'll go on to the LinkedIn carousel writer. So from here, we select agents again and build new agent. Then we'll copy LinkedIn carousel writer and add that into the name. Select your emoji. And we'll add the category of marketing. Use the AI to generate the goal statement. There it comes. And then the backstory, click on generate. And our base instructions. Now I'm scanning through these, but most of the time what I'm doing now is trusting the quality that comes out each time, especially with 4.0 as the model. And we'll keep professional and we'll keep influential as the standard for these, but we might change that up a bit. we're going to go to the tweet writer. Okay, and then select agent. Oops, did I create it? Yep, I did. Okay, so build new agent. We'll go into tweet writer. Select enter the tweet writer. Generate that goal statement. Now, what I'm thinking here for the tweet writer, once these are generated, is that we might change the behavior to be humorous, just to see if it might be somewhat grab some more attention. You can play around with that, right? So once you see your results, change the behavior, the tone of voice. So I'm going to do humorous, see if we can get something cool out of that, and influential for the tweets, and create the agent. Sort of noting that people come to the internet for really only two reasons. It's either education or entertainment. It's one of the two. You can think through that statement, that basically everything falls into those two buckets, really. So why not be a little entertaining along the way as well? Agent. Now, some may already have a Facebook post writer from an earlier session, but just for good measure, I'm going to create this one again. And if you know that you've got two, I'm going to make this one humorous as well. So I'm just going to put a little 2 beside mine to know that it's my second one, and generate that one. Is anyone like? I'm still amazed at how fast this is, but I think over time we become even more demanding. We want it to be even faster again. Uh, cool. I'm going to keep on this play of humorous today and influential and see what we get out, and create the agent. Now, the direct to camera Facebook Reels copywriter. Let's build a new agent. Direct to camera Facebook Reels copywriter. I like to use the movie emoji for video items. Keep it all under marketing. Generate the goal statement. By the way, love seeing all of our regular faces here. It's keep building out your skill set. It's amazing to see. Thank you. Generate the base instructions. Now, I know that I'll be the one that's speaking, and rather than being humorous this time, I'm going to go with persuasive and influential. So persuasive is what I'm looking for. Create the agent. And we'll build a new agent. 2 more to go. Direct to camera, Instagram Reels copywriter. I was only looking at another platform the other day that says they've got agents, and oh my goodness, it's so hard to use. This format from the team, so simple. Oh, forgive me, I forgot to add marketing there, so I'm going to add my category. Categories, once again, are just to help find the agents later on. It doesn't impact the way the agent's written. And you can add multiple categories. Base instructions. Now, Instagram. So I'm going to go with inspirational on Instagram and maintain the influential because we're engaging with an audience with an intention to get them to take action. The final one is Excel data exporter. So go to agents. Build new agent. Excel data exporter. And pick one that suits you. You may not have this category of data in yours. If you do want to add more categories, that's available in the workspace settings area. Generate the backstory. And the base instructions. Hey, nice. Can you send Regs the files for today? He's just going to do a test in the background. And what are we up to? Data exporter. So we want to go professional here, and we'll also go compliant. Really important to be cautious, careful, conscientious as the personality of this agent. Create the agent. Okay, when you've done all 7, can you pop a 1 in the chat for me? Because I've gone super fast today. Right, good job, everyone. You're coming along nicely. As always, we can play back afterwards if you want to slow it down. I think once you get a bit of pace on, this is the speed to be thinking about building your AI agents. So you get your concept out, get that title name, and let the AI do the work for you is the real key with these ones. And it's kind of push button easy now, isn't it? Once you got that title, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to click to create an agent. And I think that's the beauty of Raya is the simplicity. The next step is to go to our workflows. And we're going to build out our workflow. So part 2, the name of this workflow will be 30 days of content. The description, generate 30 days of content from one piece of pillar content. And then we'll put in the title and at each block, the title of the label, and then the prompt instructions that we'll give to it as well. So let's click on build new workflow, and we'll copy in 30 days of content to the name. And then the description, generate 30 days of content from one piece of pillar content. And we'll create this one. Okay, so here's our block, our first block. We'll click on the block itself, and that's going to bring up our task area. So we'll copy in LinkedIn article writer. and then our description. So I'll copy these in. It says create 2 500-word LinkedIn articles from the uploaded content. Use an attention-grabbing headline. Deliver 3 core concepts in the article related to the headline. Be informative and useful. Encourage the reader to follow and connect. Connect to the author. Follow and connect to the author. Encourage the user to comment, like, and share if they found the content useful. If there is a CTA, a call to action, for a webinar registration, add this too. Okay, next step is to add our agent, which is our LinkedIn article writer that we created first. And with the agent added, we now move on to the next block. So click on the plus sign to add the next block and select that block so that the options appear here. Select task and then copy in the LinkedIn carousel label and then copy in the instructions, the description and instructions. So based on the uploaded content and ideas from the previous agent, create ideas for 2 LinkedIn carousel posts. Make these useful and thought-provoking. So I threw that in there. You could add in something of your own. Include ideas for 4 images for each carousel and include relevant hashtags. Okay, next thing is to add the agent, which is our LinkedIn carousel writer. Second agent we built, so assign that one. And now let's move on to add the next block, block number 3. Select task and select the block so you can see that you can enter the details in. And this one's all about tweets. So copy the title of tweets and then let's add in the instructions. So based on the uploaded content and ideas from the previous agent, create 30 tweets for Twitter. And I've put in there x.com because it's been its name for a couple of years now, I think. Make the tweets thought-provoking and engaging. Include relevant hashtags. We haven't shifted to calling them X's, have we? Twitter was tweets, but x.com is still tweets. All right. Select the agent and then assign the tweet writer. Let's now add the next block and select the block and then select task. And I'm going to put the Excel data exporter in here because I want all those tweets to go into an Excel file. And I'll just pause for a moment. So I think some of the upgrades to this one as we move forward, this flow would be that we could put the content into separate Excel files. I would do them all separately. And then later, I'm looking forward to in October as we start to release the really detailed automations that would then be able to hook into those files and start doing the auto posting and scheduling. But that'll be coming most likely towards the end of October. We've got a bit of testing to do on that one. So here's the description and instructions. Copy that in. Based on the uploaded content and ideas from the previous agent, create 30. Oh, I've got the wrong one there. Sorry, folks. Okay, let me rewrite that for us right now. So block 4. Okay. Based on the output of the 30 tweets from the previous agent, export the data in an Excel style format. Column 1, header tweets. column 2, header, date to post. Just in case that in the chat, so we've all got it as well. Just to make sure that comes through to everyone. Okay, and we'll add the agent now, which will be our Excel data exporter. And let's add the next block. So up to block 5 now, and we're powering along. This is now for Facebook posts. Okay, so there's that Facebook posts title. We'll select the task, add the title or label in, and then the instructions. And I said before, we might make this 10 instead of 30. So let's just make that 10. I haven't tested this one on the 30, so we'll just pull it back a little bit. You can always increase that later on. Make the post thought-provoking and engaging, include relevant hashtags. And then we'll go to the agent and we're going to select our Facebook post writer. Now I've got a 2 beside mine because I've made the behavior a little bit different because I've said I'm going for humorous on this one. So let's see how funny the LLM can be for us today. Especially if the content is not really funny, which is not. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out. Let's now go to our Facebook Reels. Now this is where it gets important, right? The video content is just so critical for us to be producing on a regular basis. Select that block at the bottom and the direct to camera Facebook copywriter reel. Let's spell that correctly. And then the description. Once again, I'm going to change that to, I'm going to leave that at 30. It's going to push it. We'll see how we go. But the idea here is we really need to be posting daily. Even yours truly needs to be posting daily. So I'm going to run this as my experiment straight afterwards and actually take this content and do it daily. Now, here's a tip for everyone. There is an app called Teleprompter. I know it's definitely on the iPhone. Let me quickly show it to you. Teleprompter app. This one here. Video teleprompter for iOS. I'm sure they'll be similar for Android as well. What I like about this one is that you can take this content and upload it in the cloud for it then to update on your phone. I hope I'm making the right promise on that. If not, the other way to do it is put it in like your notes in Apple and then just paste it across. But it's really nice in that it brings up the teleprompter onto the phone itself, so you can just read those out. And I think part of this is about just getting your content out there as a starting point and getting the algorithms working in your favor by doing the daily posting. And like anything, the more you practice, the better you get. And when we've got the right tools around us, this becomes a lot easier. The other one that I've used for teleprompting in the past before that I've liked as well is Big View. I think it's a bit more expensive, but this one does have a really good cloud management for the data. I'm actually looking for something with an API so that we can push these through automatically to the cloud. I haven't found it yet, but if I do, I'll certainly let you know. But they're both great in a sense that you can have the scripts come up and then you can read the scripts. Some of them have even got, if you've got an Apple phone and a watch, they've even got the ability to control it from the watch, which is quite useful. Or in some cases, you can use 2 devices, which can help with things like speeding up the copy in the prompt. But in reality, these videos that you take in really only 50 seconds so that you can get the engagement. And so your scripts can be nice and short as a result. Okay, back to the work. The agent here is going to be our Facebook Reels copywriter. And we're on to our final block, block 7. So let's add that one in. Select the block. And we'll add the task, direct to camera, Instagram Reels copywriter. Probably call that a shorter name for the label, but I've just used the agent name. Then same concept. Now, it could be that you could use the one script and just repurpose it across to the 2 different platforms. And some platforms work. Probably if you do Facebook and Instagram, they've got some similarities. But if you're going to do YouTube Shorts, is another option here. Probably be more informative and educational on YouTube Shorts. And then you could even consider doing video for LinkedIn as well, right, at this point in time, especially if you're in the B2B market. Okay, the agent here is our Instagram copywriter, Reels copywriter. And with that done, congratulations, it's time to publish. And as always, when you publish to private first before sharing to an organization, especially for those at GoTeam, MultiPlai.tech, so we don't fill up our workflows all the same. And voila. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-step workflow. And now, if we think speed-wise, we've been here for 30 minutes so far, but we've set ourselves up now to be able to execute this on a regular basis. So if we go over to our chat, now, full disclosure, I went to run this before and it took quite a while. So I think there might be an issue here. So first things first, you are set up. So if we do need to finish early today, you've got this and we'll notify you when we've done that adjustment. Well, let's give it a go. In part 3, to run the workflow, there are 3 documents. One is a transcript. So download one. Oh, it says both. Hang on, we've got the wrong link in there. Bear with me for 1 sec. Get you the right link. Maybe my internet running slow as well today because Google's taking a while to load up. Here we go. All right, one moment, almost there. Okay, we're going to change out that document 2 and make it this one. So please download each of these 3 files. And the team are telling me my internet connection is low on my end. So my apologies if we're having a few, anything's a bit slow on your end as well. So 3 documents, digital transformation, episode 1. So what are we doing here? I've taken a piece of pillar content. So this was a live stream with PowerPoint presentation that was utilized 2 weeks ago, I think, for our first episode. And yeah, and it's asking the question, is digital transformation used to be strategic roadmap? We used to have a session on strategic roadmap, and then we've shifted to digital transformation. So there's definitely alignment between the two. We don't talk about the strategic roadmap specifically in digital transformation, although the topics are going to cross over a fair bit. So download that one, and then download the transcript of that episode. And then I've put in a profile that AI generated on me. So what you can do for yourself is, as the presenter, let the AI know that you're going to be the presenter. And in that way, it can help to further speak based on who you are. And you can even go as far as put your DISC personality profile in and so forth. But the more information you can give it, the better it's going to go with being the helpful advisor. Julie's asking, can you please put the number 2 digital transformation episode into the chat? I'd love to. Okay, so hopefully by now you've got these 3 documents downloaded, and we'll now go to our prompt. So our prompt, based on the uploaded files, create 30 days of social media content where appropriate, include calls to action for joining the webinar on digital transformation and AI automation. Register at this link. The voice of the content is to be in the author, Matt Kesby, and the author's bio is also uploaded. Please also encourage the reader to connect with Matt on LinkedIn. So naturally, when you go to do your own, you can then just replace these with yours. So paste that in. Now we do a few things here. We need to upload these files. So click on the paperclip. And from this computer, you're going to select your 3 files. Now I've numbered those at the beginning, so they're nice and easy to find. Files 2, 3, and 4. You're going to upload those files. Now they need to go into the vector database. So we've got a 1.15 megabyte file, 21 KB, and 9.2. So they're nice and small and light. We're also going to select our workflow that we did before. So our 30-day days of content. So I'll select that workflow and then click select workflow. And once that's in place, you can then press send. This is my moment of truth, team, because I went to run it before and we had a bit of a delay. Now, we've definitely done some further enhancements to help the AI think a bit deeper in its thinking. So in some of these bigger ones, it might take a fraction longer, but we're doing that to increase the quality. So we'll let this run now. And I'm just going to check in with regs if we've had any updates pushed. So one sec. And this is the moment you know we're live. Here we go. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rhea. You did take a little while, but I'm glad you got there. Took 45 seconds. We've got to get that faster. Okay, so we've now got the workflow in place so we can view the details, expand that out, and we can watch Rhea get to work. Maybe it's my internet today. Maybe that's the issue. Okay, LinkedIn article writer. I'm excited to see what comes out because I didn't get to test the flow in full this morning when preparing the documents. So that was fast. There we go, 10 seconds. So article 1, how AI and automation are reshaping SMEs, enhance efficiency through automation, improve customer experience with AI. Cool. And like whenever we get anything that's produced, remember that the intent here is that it's like removing the writer's block and it gets you started. And I think it's always worthwhile to go and make the tweaks and make the changes as well. Ryan sharing, while waiting, next Friday is a public holiday in Victoria. Can we ask a recording and worksheets email, please? Absolutely. Love to do that. We also, what we do is we post it over on, our AI Powered People YouTube channel, and there we link the worksheets as well on those. So we'll make sure we get those out to you, right, Ryan? David's asking, Matt, how to make it faster? Something in the front or back end? Yeah, it's actually, it's interesting, right? There's a lot of connecting complexity points. So from a front end page load, like you might notice that on some of our pages, like the AI agent page and so forth, it's not loading as fast as we would like it to. We're working on a project at the moment to enhance that. And then from the back end, it sort of there's a range of complexities with the model being used, the API, but also in order to get the higher quality content, like if anyone's had a look at OpenAI's new model, it's a lot slower. And one of the reasons for that is something called reflection that's going on. So rather than just taking a first response, it's sort of checking itself and doing some reanalysis and so forth. You can look forward to, in the future, we'll do some new options, like basically we're talking about this week of putting in an option to turn on deep thinking. So if you want it to work even harder, you'll be able to turn on deep thinking, but you'll know that the agent is, it's going to take a bit longer as a result to do that work. Okay, but I think one thing's for sure is we'll want things to get faster and faster and faster. And I know that when we moved from 3.5 turbo to 4.0, an activity like this one, LinkedIn article writer, would have taken probably about 40 seconds, and then it's dropped down to 2 seconds because it's written 1,000 words for us, plus upon the analysis. So which is kind of impressive. I think we're always just going to want it to be faster. That's the other thing. And we do too ourselves, right? Okay, so LinkedIn carousel post, it's given a visual of a blueprint. So strategy, embracing AI and automation, enhancing customer experience during the webinar. Cool. Then it's given us an idea for a blueprint or roadmap graphic. Now, one of the ideas I've got here to enhance this is that we could put in a DALL-E agent and connect it to the DALL-E tool to then generate the image for this. But I think a really enhanced approach would be to do a agent that's a prompt writer for DALL-E, so to actually get it to write the prompt first before then going off and sending those to DALL-E. That's something that's going through my mind to try out. By the way, our Flow engineering shirts, some of you have seen, they've arrived. We've got your addresses for those who've won them, earned them, I should say, for posting in our Facebook group. We then went to post them to you, and it was 100 Australian dollars per shirt to post them to you. So now we're looking for a supplier in Australia that will print them locally and send them to you. So thank you for your patience on those ones. But what I'd love to see from today's session is who can enhance this further for their own usage on your own content and post us an update. We'd love to see it in the Facebook group. And as always, I've got some Flow Engineer shirts to send out to those that do a great job. It doesn't always have to be that you've done something amazing. It's the progress that I'm looking for as well, and the engagement we're sharing with each other. So LinkedIn Carousel 2. Cool. Yep, it's really picking up a lot of the wording that was in that session as well. So it's really done a really good job. And 30 tweets. Here we go. Got some emojis in there as well. It's laid them out. Interestingly, it's laid them out with only 5 days per week. I didn't give it any instructions to lay it out per week, but I could go back if I liked that concept, I could reprompt it and actually say, 7 days in a week, 1 tweet per day, and so forth. Especially if you're going to set these up on automation. Okay, and probably I'd need to prompt it a bit more it's let's see, it's gone. It's almost always got a call to action for the webinar. So it might be too many times. That may not be helpful for people. So we could prompt it further and say only supply a call to action on every fourth tweet, or something like that, so that we don't feel like we're being spammy. So that would be one recommendation I'd make for further prompting. And then it's gone and put this into a table for us. And the idea for that is so that we can click to export the content and we can take it to Excel. So let's try that one. And if it hasn't quite laid it out exactly as we want, we can then just go back and tweak the prompting. So I'm going to allow that. I'm going to check out this document now. Let's see how it looks. How did we go? Yeah, it's got it all in there. Now, with Excel, unfortunately, we don't get the emojis, which is the downside. So we could utilize the what we've got in here. Now, if we want to copy that content, we can copy it direct from here, or when we click to copy, so you click to copy and then you can paste it to where you want it, or you can come in here, do some edits first before copying and pasting that data over as well. Now, a future world that we'll be working towards is that to be able to get these into a scheduler. So if you like them, you can just set the schedules on them. That's the future world we'll get to. And okay, it's outlined the information in the table format, and then our Facebook post writer. So it's gone through and got those. And image idea, we could go through and use DALL-E to use images, or when you've got things like a PowerPoint presentation already, you can use screenshots from your PowerPoint. It can be a great way to do it. Okay, looking pretty good. Then we've got our direct to camera Facebook. Here we go. We've got, hey everyone, did you know that automating repetitive tasks can save your business valuable time and money? Imagine focusing on what really matters and AI handles the rest. Pause. Join our webinar. Okay. So no doubt you're going to see some of these, right? Because I'm going to put my own challenge in place now to start posting all these and see what the impact is. Because I think taking the scientific approach, we run the hypothesis and then state the hypothesis, design the experiment, and then run it. Cool. And yeah, and they're looking nice and different too. Now, I don't know whether my humorous came out with any of these. What was the Facebook posts? Let's go back to those. I think the content's pretty dry. Maybe my prompting would need to change, where I could put in some things like, make it quirky, and further prompt it if you want to get some more insights, or other things too, like ideas in here could be to ask questions and give answers, could also be utilized as well. So there we go. All right, you should have a lot of content to post this week now. If you've got some, first things first, right? You create yourself some pillar content and then run it through here, and away you go. Chris is saying his workflow is still analyzing slow internet. Maybe you need to check on this at the moment. Oh yeah, now for an AI SEO to do all the presentations on video. Well, funny you should say that. Let me go and show you. If you haven't seen this yet, you are going to start to see AI Matt soon. Has anyone seen Synthesia yet? I'll pop that in the chat. And you got some homework now, yeah, for sure, David. Oh, I'm just going to share my screen with sound, and I'll show you something that we've been working on. Now, this is not our tool, by the way. This is Synthesia. So we're the right one. So this is Synthesia. I think they're leading the world at the moment in the avatars, and you can just use a digital avatars of theirs, which are okay, but you can also film yourself. Now, they've got two options: one where you get a standard background, whatever you choose, and another one. And what we've done is we've used a green screen for recording, and or you can do this full studio version, which our Jace, who's in charge of our live streams, he said, let's just use a green screen, which we did. I'm not sure which is the best one. Let's try this one. And this is the AI avatar. So rather than having to record videos, so does that look like me? Does it look like me? It should look like me. Let's see.
Welcome to the course. Welcome to the AI Strategic Roadmap Creation session. Now, whether you work in a large organization, you're studying, you're thinking about your future in work, or perhaps you're a solopreneur, or you are someone who's considering being a consultant in this space, what I can guarantee is we've got just what you need to future-proof yourself in this.
Give it a rating out of 10 from realistic to not so realistic. What would you give it out of 10? 9, pretty good. It's a pretty good robot, Matt. 7 for me, 9.5. Yeah, I got to think I'm landing on somewhere like an 8 at the moment. Like, I'm from being impressed, I'm at like a 10, and then from is it like fully realistic? It's so it's like it's come so far in the last 6 months. Imagine what it will be in 6 months' time. Right, it'll be indistinguishable. They'll keep getting better and better and better. So, and of course, where this eventually will go, at the moment, you can put your text in and it will generate your video for you. Choose your background and so forth, or but this, you can see we've just done this green screen in the studio, so we'll be able to take this and change the backdrop. But where it'll eventually go is that, maybe one day this won't even be me presenting in a session. It'll be the AI doing that. And won't that be a wild moment? I think that we're going to see this in sales within 12 months, where there'll be a salesperson on Zoom, which will be an AI avatar, and it will just be the LLM in the background. It's going to be crazy. You'll see it in training, personalized training for people and so forth. Okay, we've got a little off script with today's topic, but that was just to connect to the fact that when it comes to then taking your scripts and actually turning them to videos, two options. One is do it live, do it real, which I think is quite nice with an iPhone. You can move around and be in different locations. But another one, in the future, is to actually just send it straight to Synthesia and have Synthesia actually generate your videos for you as well. I think there's just a little bit of a balance on that. Make yourself redundant, eventually. All right. Hey, thanks, everyone. I hope you've got lots of value out of today's session. I know I really love being able to put these together and share this content with you. Wishing everyone a great weekend and looking forward to getting together next week for Flow Friday and more information coming out, more upgrades coming. Oh my goodness, the team are working super hard and fast in the background to bring you more cool stuff, some of which I really want to share, but some of it I need to hold off because of timing when we're going to get it out. So thanks, team. Hey, thanks, Rosemary. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Ezio. Yeah, you don't know whether this is me or not now. Thanks, David. Thanks, Julie. I missed the close-up of the avatar as it's not on a big screen. Can you please replay? Yeah, for sure. I'll do it. I'll do it on a smaller screen so you can see it. And you can give me thanks, Ed. Great to have you here again. You can judge me on how good it is or not. I'll just play it short because I've got to jump on another meeting too. Here we are, desktop number, this one. Okay. Let's keep it playing.
Fast-paced, changing world. Hi there, my name is Matt Kesby.
I go American.
I'm the Chief AI Officer and Group CEO of MultiPlai.tech and GoTeam. And today I'll be taking you through 3 key sections. The first is on your AI strategic roadmap, so you can set a vision into the future of where to apply AI at work.
And I think what I noticed too is that often the mouth opens up a lot more than maybe what I would do in person, I think. So quite interesting though. I think it's fascinating. Now we paid $1,000 to be, I think, is that right, Jace? To be able to get to this level of quality. And but there's cheaper options as well. Oh no, this is free. Oh, the $1,000 was the studio version, but Jace hacked it. So if you do it on a green screen, the studio green screen version, it's $1,000 with them. But he just did it in the free version. That's crazy. Really? Amazing. Okay, so you might want to check out synthesia.io and create your digital twin, because I know just personally getting into the studio, doing the filming on a daily basis, or even when I'm in Cebu and we've got the full studio, sometimes it's just getting the time in the diary. It's really hard to do. So, why not see if you can start to blend some of this together? Maybe there's times where it really is you, times where it's the AI, and then over time, people won't really notice if it's you or the AI. As long as we're delivering, great messages and great content, I think we're in a winning space. But anyway, we're going to run the experiment. Let you know how it goes. If you're running yours too, please do share over in our Facebook group. We'd certainly love to see. If you take that, today's challenge is to take that workflow, make it your own. Okay, so get your own content in. Also, to add additional steps. Maybe you'll do YouTube Shorts. Maybe you'll do a DALL-E image generator for some of the images for your LinkedIn carousel or Facebook posts. That's the next little evolution you can do there. DALL-E is available in the tools, so you've got that there as well. Oops, I think I just lost Zoom. Nope, we're back on. All right, so thanks everyone. Have an amazing weekend. Happy Friday to you all. Look forward to seeing you next week. Bye, everyone. Bye for now. Have a great weekend. Bye.